It was the 1st of September, and in the morning we heard on the radio that Germany declared war against Poland. And a few hours later, the Messerschmitts covered the sky until it was gray, and we could see even the pilots. They were flying so low. And suddenly the German army marched into the city with all the might and power. It was so sudden, we didn't expect it, because the Polish army or the Polish government said that they are prepared for war, and they expected France and England to help them in case they cannot manage themselves. But it was just impossible for the Polish army to fight the German. They had so much power, so much preparedness. They had tanks, armored tanks, which Poland didn't have at all. You couldn't see, if you saw a Polish soldier, very often he was without shoes even. Everybody was very frightened. From that day on, next day, many people took their own lives because they were frightened. They knew what it means to fall into German hands. Any minute, someone could be dead because the Germans started coming into the buildings where the Jews lived, and they started to beat and kill. They, like Orthodox people, if they saw an Orthodox Jew in the street with a beard, they didn't cut his beard, they tore his beard out and asked him to eat it. And he had to do it. He was choking on the beard, and then they killed him. And that was happening all over the city. People were afraid to go out into the street, especially men. After a few days, the younger people packed small belongings and left the city. They went towards the River Bug. The Russian army was past the River Bug, and they wanted to cross into Russia. Some of them were successful in doing that. Some of them drowned in the river. A lot of them came back because the Russians didn't let them cross. They were shooting at them. I didn't think of doing that, but my boyfriend did it. And he came back. And so my brother-in-law also left, because the men were afraid of the German atrocities, what the German will do to them. At that time, we didn't think that will they do the same thing to the women, children. That's why women mostly stayed home with the children.